KOIN 6 News This Morning starts right now.
You know, they didn't do what they did out of malice. They didn't do I think they did what they did because they thought it was the only option.
Now at 5, a close friend of the Hart family speaks to KOIN 6 about the woman and mom she knew, what she is saying this morning about Jennifer Hart.
Plus, the man arrested after an hours-long standoff in Northeast Portland will face a judge this morning. We're live with what we know about his case.
And a local country music fest could be moving north. We'll tell you why. Thanks for being with us here on KOIN 6 News this morning on this Thursday at 5 a.m. I'm Jenny Hansson.
And I'm Ken Boddie. We're going to get a first look at your morning weather and traffic together. Kennely is standing by with a look at the roads. But first, let's go over to Joseph Daines with the forecast. And Joseph, it seems like today's the day that things are starting to look up.
Yes, today is definitely that day. I'm just going to spell it right here. We have temperatures into the mid-60s with sunshine today. I just want to get us started off feeling good for our Thursday. It's going to be looking good outside, too. A lot of blue sky. So the rain is behind us for now. Temperatures topping off about 66 degrees for our forecast today. For the coast, temperatures will be about the mid-50s. Expect sunshine there, maybe a few more clouds as you go into the evening hours. In the valley, mid-60s. The gorge, about the same, very light breeze. Maybe some locations topping off near 70 degrees today. And over towards the central section of the state, a few more clouds, temperatures in the mid-50s. So overall, our forecast is looking really good today. Carly, how's your morning going?
My morning's going great, and I'm happy about that nice forecast. It is 5:01, and everything looks really good outside. You can see the Portland metro area and nice traffic flows. 26 here, very quiet at the moment. This is 26 just after the zoo, and you can see off to the right-hand side the inbound commute. Traffic is flowing freely, and drive times couldn't look better with I-5 at 8 minutes, and that's southbound in from Vancouver, 5 minutes on I-84. 26, a quick 4-minute drive. 3 other great drive times. Everything in the green this morning.
All right, thanks, Carly. We're tracking some breaking news right now out of southeast Portland.
Fire crews have just wrapped up their fight against a fire at 109th and Southeast Ash. Our Cor Harlan is there. And Cor, give us the update.
Well, when we arrived here just a short time ago, Ken saw a great big plume of sort of white steam and smoke arising from the back of this house near, as we say, at about 109th and Southeast Ash. Haven't had a chance yet to check with firefighters to see if this is part of the house that was burning or if it perhaps might have been an outbuilding at some point in the backyard of this house. From the street, the house that they are working behind, the house doesn't appear to be damaged in the front at all, and the homeowners are standing there in the foreground next to the mailbox. As you can see, firefighters moving in and out of this scene here as well. The fire, for all intents and purposes, has been put down, it appears right now, and all the rest of that. Can you just tell us what's burning back there? I'm sorry, what's your name?
My name is Dan Buckner. I'm battalion chief of Portland Fire.
Okay, what's going on back there? Is that an outbuilding or?
Yeah, it's just a detached garage out there, shop kind of a thing. A gentleman that lived there, it's his livelihood. He's got a small machine shop back there, and something caught on fire back there, and we're working through it now.
No injuries or anything else like that?
No injuries, nope. Yep.
Pretty cut and dry here. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Well, there it is right there. A little outbuilding, shop building back there. The fire is under control right now. Jenny and Ken, that's the word from Portland Fire here as we wrap it here from Southeast 109th and Southeast Ash, where for the last hour or so, at least 5 or 6 Portland Fire truck units have been blocking the street here, getting things mopped up. Jenny and Ken?
Well, best news is that no one was hurt again. Okay, thank you, Cor.
Yep. New this morning, we are working to learn more about an early morning crash that backed up traffic on Highway 26 near the Sunset Tunnel. We rolled on this video from our ODOT cameras around 1:30 this morning, and even that early in the morning, the crash did cause some problems. When we hear more about what happened, we'll let you know. Later this morning, a man accused in a string of crimes that ended with a standoff in Northeast Portland is due back in court.
Trevor Alt joins us now with new details on what happened yesterday and what we expect to happen today. Trevor?
Ken and Jenny, good morning. Gabriel Sandoval will be in court later today. He was arrested yesterday on several serious felony charges, but not before a hunt and a standoff that lasted several hours. Sandoval fled from police originally because of an unrelated unrelated welfare check, and eventually he barricaded himself inside an apartment on Northeast Killingsworth near 52nd. Now, police tell us he had 6 outstanding warrants for his arrest. Some of those included attempted burglary in the second degree and robbery. Portland police brought in a CERT team and a crisis negotiation team to try to talk him out of the apartment, and it really inconvenienced a lot of people. Some people couldn't get into their apartments. Other people were stuck there for hours while this went on. 3 blocks of Northeast Killingsworth were closed for the duration of the standoff, with officers giving commands over a loudspeaker. It eventually forced 2 schools to go to lockdown 2, and finally, after 5 hours, Sandoval surrendered and he was taken into custody. Now, during the standoff, Sandoval was believed to be armed. Portland police have not confirmed to us whether or not that was the case when he was taken into custody, though we do know that in 2010 he was convicted of unlawful use of a weapon. Now, Sandoval will be here in the Justice Center this morning. He's scheduled to be in front of a judge at 9:30. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Trevor Alt, KOIN 6 News.
And of course, we'll be following that. Thank you, Trevor.
Well, Portland police are warning the community about an anti-Semitic flyer in circulation. They've found the leaflets around the Portland area. They say while the flyers don't specifically call for violence, they may create fear and uncertainty in the community and lead others to violence. Now, if you have information about these leaflets or how they were distributed, call police.
A close friend of Jennifer Hart is speaking out about the woman she says she knew well. Investigators say Jennifer Hart was drunk when she drove her family's car off a cliff in California. Her wife, Sarah, and 2 of their children had drugs in their system. The friend, Nushin Bakhtiar, says Jennifer didn't drink, and she's not yet convinced the crash was intentional.
I don't want to say any of us are in denial, but it's natural for us to say maybe she meant to hit the brake. I don't know how they could have done this. I'm not saying that I'm in disbelief. I'm saying that I feel like I've lost 8 of my friends, and I'm not going to get them back.
Bakhtiar also does not believe Jennifer was abusive, despite Child Protective Services reports claiming she was. Bakhtiar admits Jennifer had been anxious, isolated, and stressed ever since a photo of her son Devontae went viral 4 years ago. The crash killed 6 members of the Hart family who were last living in Woodland, Washington. 2 more children are still missing, but they are presumed dead.
Well, bike thefts cost Portlanders nearly $5 million between 2016 and last year. The Police Bureau just released the Stolen Bikes report. Now, in 2016, there were more than 5,000 bike and bike property theft cases, with only around 450 recovered. Last year, the number of thefts reported dropped to about 4,900, with about 475 recoveries. Most of the reports are made online.
3 more Nike executives are out the door. Our senior brand director and 2 vice presidents have left as the Washington County-based company overhauls its workplace culture. You may recall that a month ago, Nike CEO sent a memo to employees about inappropriate workplace behavior. 2 executives left at that time.
The former Portland Marathon race director has reached a $865,000 settlement with the Oregon Department of Justice. The Attorney General, Ellen Rosenblum, announced this settlement with Les Smith. Now, he was the race director of the Portland Marathon for years. The investigation found Smith or his companies received hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans from the marathon, which is illegal. Now, besides paying back the funds, he must dissolve his for-profit company called Next Events, and he is no longer allowed to operate any running races and can no longer be a lawyer in Oregon. Hey, your garbage rate is about to go up. Portland City Council unanimously approved that rate hike. This means your monthly bill will increase by about $2.55 starting May 1st. This is all in response to China's tough new recycling standards, which means they will no longer accept more than a very small amount of foreign material.
More syringe drop boxes will soon be added across Multnomah County. The boxes will be at the Multnomah County Bridge Shop in Southeast, the Fire Station 11 in Lentz, and Fire Station 22 in St. John's. Boxes will also be placed in popular public areas throughout downtown Portland. This expansion expected to cost the county about $200,000.
It is 5:08, and the Bi-Mart Willamette Country Music Festival could be on the move next summer to make room for more fans.
After a decade in Brownsville, organizers want to move it to some farmland near Jefferson and bring 30,000 people to town.
It'll bring a lot of people to town, and it's country music, the only kind of music there is.
However, some people are concerned that the traffic and the crowds will not be good for the Ankeny National Wildlife Refuge, which borders the site. Marion County commissioners are expected to make a decision on permits for the festival after a public hearing in June.
If you're heading to Crater Lake National Park this summer, you better leave your drone at home. The park superintendent says those drones have become a problem around the lake. They say there will be increased enforcement of that no drone rule. Anyone caught in violation faces up to 6 months in jail and a $5,000 fine.
And we're going to toss it over to who could be the most popular guy on the morning news, because you get to tell us today about sunshine coming in, warmer temperatures. This is great.
Yeah, you know, following that Crater Lake story, yeah, I feel pretty good. Temperatures this morning are a little bit cooler, but this afternoon I think I am going to be pretty popular because that sunshine is really nice. It's going to be feeling good today. It is a little chilly this morning. Temperatures in the 30s coming out of Eugene, the lower 30s. So if you're going to about settle off there, you're going to want to bundle up just a bit. Upper 30s for Salem, lower 40s here for PDX, but I've seen some temperatures dropping down to about the mid 30s even. So we're going to start off a little chilly, but this afternoon is looking really good. No rain really to speak of. A couple showers for the southeast section of Oregon, but west of the Cascades, I expect us to be dry and clear as we go through our day. In fact, our temperatures, look at this, mid 60s to the upper 60s for most neighborhoods. Sunny day for sure. I've been waiting for this forecast since Monday. It's finally here. So if you have plans to get outside today, it's going to be really nice out there. 67 for Gresham, Washougal about 64, PDX at 67, mostly sunny for us. And kind of a spring fever today. St. John's right around 67 degrees too. So all of us are looking at a nice forecast, but there is some rain in the next couple of days. I'll tell you about that coming up in just a couple minutes. Carly?
And it's a nice commute right now, 510, and everything's moving freely this morning. No major problems. 26 looks great, so does I-84. The I-5 southbound commute maintains a good speed. That's why you're seeing 8 minutes there in from SR 500 and 9 only on I-205 southbound in from Vancouver. Now I-84 westbound is 14 from Troutdale to I-5 and just in from I-205 5 minutes. 11 on 26 eastbound, 12 if headed westbound to Hillsborough. I-205 southbound is clear at the Abernathy Bridge, where we sometimes see a backup. That's 12 minutes right now. 8 minutes on 217 southbound and 17 from Wilsonville to downtown.
All right, thanks, Carly. It is 5:11. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
After the break, historic flooding continues to ravage Hawaii. We'll tell you how a famous surfer turned into a savior for one family trapped in their home.
And don't forget, if you have a story you want us to investigate, just download the KOIN 6 News app and send us your news tips.